Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I've been receiving many emails and messages, and everybody is asking me when I'm going to be starting again and continuing with the series of Rahu in the first house till Rahu in the 12th house. And I did made videos about Rahu in the first house till Rahu in the 6th house, and today I will be continuing with the Rahu in the 7th house and onwards. And yes, while I was not here and I was very occupied with my other commitments, a lot of things happened. This Saturn transit, Jupiter transit, and the conjunction of this Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars that just was happening a day ago when Mars moved its position and moved into the sign of Aquarius yesterday. Yes, so all these things I wanted to talk about, but yes, I was away, and there are going to be many more transits that are going to be happening. The planetary positions were such ongoing. It has affected like the whole globe in a very difficult manner, and now again Rahu Ketu is gonna move again, and they're gonna be a transit of Rahu Ketu. I guess it's gonna be happening sometime in September this year, so I will definitely be making a video of that transit, so you stay tuned and keep watching. And today let's start with the video of Rahu in the 7th house. So first we'll start with what Rahu in the 7th house does. Basically, we want to know first of all what Rahu, what 7th house represents. So then we will talk about what Rahu's placement in the 7th house, or if it is conjunct with other planets or having certain aspects by other planets, what kind of effect it gives while it is placed in the 7th house of your birth chart. Okay. So, what 7th house represents? The 7th house represents basically the partnerships, the business partnerships, and it represents your first spouse. And also, we should remember that 7th house is one of the Kama Trikona houses. So, this house represents all about marriage, your sexuality, and your comfort in the society, and comfort in the people, in around the people. So it represents your marriage partner. Your first spouse is seen from this 7th house, your legal contracts, your agreements, and it also represents your cohabitation with your spouse. It represents the fairness and equity in your partnership, in your married life. It can also be your business partners. So when it comes to partnership, it can be your business partner, the partners for any kind of projects you are doing together with any of your partners. That is also represented with the 7th house. So what 7th house is, basically it is the fourth from the 4th house. So it also shows the roots of roots, and then it shows your mother's property as well, and the mother's, like, just like 4th house shows like your own personal property, your own comforts of life. So 7th house is the fourth from 4th house. So it shows your mother's comforts, your mother's comforts of life, her property, all those things can be seen. And it also, because if it's the 4th house from the 4th house, it also shows the basis of your nourishment in life, and it shows the umbilical cord, like what nourishes a child, what nourishes a baby. That's what 7th house represents. And then you can see like the strength of the life force that you will receive in this lifetime. That is also seen in the 7th house. So it is a very, very significant house in terms of your birth chart. So you have to be looking into it very carefully when look into the placements and all those things. So the other things that what 7th house represents is like it is the 11th from the 9th house. So you also see the gain of the dharma that 7th house brings into your life. So that kind of gains you see from seventh house. Like, when will you gain the dharma of your life? Will it depend on your marriage, or will it depend not on your marriage? So those kind of things can be seen through the activities of the seventh house. And seventh house also represents the career, your business potential, and your business expertise, because it is the 10th house from the 10th house in your birth chart. So in a call Purusha Kundali, so 10th house, when you look at the 7th house, it becomes the 10th from the 10th house. So that's what those kind of things, because it shows how much strength your career has in life, how much your career life is, like how much strength does it have. It gives, like if it is very well placed, seventh house is having a good placements of planets in it, then it gives a boost to your career, it gives a boost to your business expertise and your career potential in life. And then it is the 12th house from the 8th house. Now we all know that 8th house shows the, like the timings, or it also shows the situations related to death. So it also shows the timing of the death, the 12th house. Like it also, because it also is the one of the maraka houses, just like second and the seventh house are considered the maraka houses in Vedic astrology. So this is what you need to see from the seventh house, depending upon what placements you have in the seventh house. Now, other things that can be seen in the seventh house is, because it is the third from the fifth house, so second child can be seen. Your mental stability can be seen from the seventh house, and depending upon what planets you have, because the first house is your own self, and seventh house is the opposite of the first house, just exactly the opposite. So that shows the polarity, where you fall in the polarity in your own personality. So are you stable in your mental equilibrium, and your psychologically, how stable you are, your physical strength, how stable you are, how active and healthy you are, that also can be seen in the seventh house. And seventh house also shows your colleagues, the people you work with, your position and opposition in life. As I just said, that it is just the opposite of the first house. So it shows the opposition in your life that you're going to be facing in this lifetime. And it also shows the law courts, like legal settlements, legal contracts. It also shows the lawyers, because it is the house of people. So the people related with these kind of things that you're going to face is like legal lawyers, your advocates, and the people who represent you or you represent. Those kind of things can be seen. And the and it also shows how balanced is your marriage life. It also shows the external behavior of your partners, like how they're going to be behaving in public life. So those things can be seen from the seventh house. Now, when Rahu comes in the seventh house, what role does it play? It definitely will depend upon what kind of conjunctions you have in the seventh house, if with along with Rahu, and if any other planets are aspecting Rahu. Those kind of things definitely plays a very important role. But we are talking here about just the basics. Like if sometimes I hear messages, I get the messages from people, oh well, I have this planet in this house, well I have Rahu in the fifth house, but well this is right, but this is not working for me. But then they forget that there are certain other placements that can promise that planetary positions affects, or it can negate that. So those things need to be considered as well, and the whole chart needs to be looked at properly, and the placements need to be checked, and how the dashas and mahadashas are playing in your life at that particular point of time in life. Those things need to be seen before concluding what these planets are affecting. But then we are talking about the general effect of these planets in particular placement. So now what does Rahu does in the seventh house. So let's talk about that. So Rahu brings a very kind of peculiar situation in the seventh house uh, uh, environments. So you know, it basically, it is a planet who seeks for privileges, and it seeks extraordinary privileges, and look for the opportunities within the environments that are related to negotiation, bargaining, that are you know, we see from the seventh house. And it also see like the deal making, just as I said, it is the house of partnerships and businesses. So these are the traits, like when it comes to the lawyers and advocates, they try to negotiate, they try to do the deal making. And then these people can be seen like doing like a very good at trading and advocating and advising people. And they are sometimes they can be seen as a, you know, bringing about a situation of agreement in between, you know, the two parties. So they work as, you know, people of who are advisor and who are the negotiators. So these people can be seen from the Rahu in the seventh house. They also seek psychological security from their partners, through their partners, because the purpose when they look for a partner is that they want to enhance and boost their security in terms of their physical appearance, their psychological well-being, their overall well-being in life. That's what they seek, the partner where who can fulfill these dreams of their own. Um, and then these natives also make very good lawyers, as I said. So you know, they can also be, you can also see a very good matchmakers with Rahu in the seventh house. And now other than that, they are the ones who actually would leave no opportunity to bargain, right? So when in India, just like we see that people who take sometimes take special pleasures in bargaining, and then showing off their bargaining traits, you know, that, oh, while I did a very good deal, and look, I got this benefit out of this deal and bargain. So those kind of people can be seen from Rahu in the seventh house. And other than that, you know, if you have like a good connection with, if Rahu has a very good connection with Venus in your birth chart, like if it is conjunct Venus, or it is aspect Venus, this is also can be seen from this kind of behavior can be seen with the Rahu conjunct Venus in the seventh house as well. So then because you know, this kind of behavior make them feel satisfied, because they are fulfilling their agenda of the seventh house, while Rahu is fulfilling its agenda while it's in the seventh house. And they are basically, they come as a partner, but actually they are focused on their own themselves. They are more than their partner, they are focused on themselves and want to achieve their own personal privileges and sexual and social partnerships they want to achieve with Rahu in the seventh house. Well, the results also basically depends on the dispositor of Rahu and other planetary position, like if you see how other planets are aspecting Rahu, if there is a good aspects on Rahu in the seventh house, or if there is a malefic aspect of on Rahu in the seventh house. So those things need to be checked while concluding, but we are making a general you know, overview of how Rahu looks in the seventh house, what kind of things and behaviors can be seen with Rahu in the seventh house. Now these people are basically very ambitious to gain prestige via, you know, justice, because seventh house also shows the house of justice system, law and legal court system and all those things. And they also want to gain privilege through bringing the fairness in the contracts, in the agreements. And they also want to look like a person who is bringing the equity in the agreements. So these kind of things can be seen. And And then you also see that these people, they can be like those who actually marry for power or to uplift their own status in society, because seventh house is the house of society, the people you deal with. So they are being Rahu being in the seventh house, these people look for that kind of spouse, that who is going to give them that position in the society. And yet they are not very satisfied with their own partner, so they are not never satisfied with one partner, they keep on going from one person to the other, to fulfill their own agenda, because Rahu is a planet which is never satisfied. So if it is in the seventh house, it will always lead to the situation of unsatisfaction from the things that a seventh house promises. So that's what it does. So in also in this case, because seventh house is also the opposite from your own personal first house, it also shows your partners. So spouses, with the seventh house, Rahu in the seventh house, the spouse may have some kind of personality or psychological issues, and can have their own unfulfilled desires, and that can actually lead to a lot of frustration in marriage. So this is a very kind of difficult placement, because Ketu goes in the first house and Rahu comes in the seventh house, so it can lead to you want to achieve your own ambitions in life, as well as your partner also has their own ambitions. So this can create a lot of tussle in the marriage. And then it can lead with this can lead to a lot of imbalanced agreements related to the seventh house, related to the marriage. And then there might be multiple breakups and makeups in the marriage, and that can definitely lead to divorce if there are no benefic aspects to the seventh house. And then if there are other astrological factors, if there are other positions in your birth chart that promises the divorce situation, that's when it happens. But don't take my word for it. As I said before, we have to check the whole chart. So these are the things that can be seen. Now, what if Venus comes in conjunction with the Rahu in the seventh house? So we know Venus is a planet of artistic traits can be seen, and then sensuality is seen with Rahu, with Venus, with the planet Venus. So it is a full of planet of sweetness, and it is a planet of sensual indulgence. And so and then at the same time, it's a planet of balance. So with Rahu and Venus conjunct in the seventh house, you see a competitive and highly sexually inclined partner can be seen with this placement. And then when Jupiter comes in the seventh house with Rahu, Jupiter is a planet which is very liberal and very permissive planet. So Rahu amplifies the qualities of Jupiter in the seventh house. So it's the partner that helps you reach your spiritual goals and supports your growth in life. And then if Sun comes in conjunction with Rahu in the seventh house, then because Sun in the seventh house is not a good placement, so then there's a lot of ego battle in between you and your partner. So because Rahu amplifies the qualities of Sun in the seventh house, which is called like the Surya, Sun in the seventh house is kind of in the phase of Asta phase, like it's not in its full strength. So that's when the partner and yourself has a ego clash, lot of ego clash happens. And then let's say Shani, Saturn is conjunct with Rahu in the seventh house. So Saturn is a very law-abiding planet, and it's like a very traditional kind of planet. So when Rahu comes with Saturn here, then I would say definitely that divorce is like very unlikely in this situation, because Saturn wants things to move on gradually and slowly, and it does not. If Saturn is in the seventh house, divorce is something very unlikely, and Rahu is going to amplify the characteristics of Saturn in the seventh house. So these kind of things can be seen when Rahu is conjunct with other planets in the seventh house. Now, with the seventh house, we also see there are certain diseases that are linked with the seventh house. So those things can be checked with the placements you have in the seventh house. So these natives should be very careful about the diseases of rheumatisms and diabetics, and their partners can be infected in their private organs as well. So they should be very careful. And the seventh house diseases basically are like related to urinary system, intestines, and you would also see like problems of uterus, ovaries, testicles, and prostate gland, and then the problems with semen can be seen in the seventh house. So when Rahu comes in the seventh house, that aggravates the conditions related to those kind of diseases, especially when you are running a Rahu period, like Rahu Antardasha or Pratyantardasha phase. But I would say again, if you have only displacement and then you're running that period, you shouldn't be worried about it unless and until you have other malefic aspects promising this kind of negative effect in your life. So you should also check if there are other positive placements, or if there are benefic aspects like from the Jupiter aspect of Venus in your seventh house. Those kind of things actually negate those negative effects in your birth chart. So these are the things that we see with Rahu in the seventh house of your birth chart. Now, if you are undergoing Antardasha or Pratyantardasha of Rahu, and if you are facing the malefic effects, if you are facing difficult hardship times due to displacement of Rahu, then I would suggest you should worship Goddess Durga during that period. And then also doing a japa of Mahamad Mrityunjay mantra is always beneficial for the Mahadasha or Antardasha period, when you are getting difficult times due to displacement of Rahu. Worship of Goddess Durga and Mahamrityunjay mantra is very beneficial. So this is all about Rahu in the seventh house of your birth chart. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe, and if you like the video, hit the like button. And I'm going to be soon making the videos about the upcoming transits that are going to be happening. So stay tuned and keep watching. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye.